Alright, so welcome everybody. We're finally going to get underway on this E3 discussion. So for those who don't know, I was over at E3. I got to play two games in particular that I was really looking forward to. Kingdom Hearts 3 and Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'll first be going over Kingdom Hearts 3. But definitely going to have a lengthy discussion on Smash Bros. Ultimate. I did get to play it, I think it was 5 or 6 times. And then I also, did go through all those trailers fully in depth, and I noticed a lot of things that a lot of people have not picked up or even discussing on a lot of at least the Reddit posts and Facebook as well. So I would like to go over those as well. If you guys have any questions at all, please do hit me up in the chat. Those of you guys that are watching it right now, and then I'll be able to talk about those quite a bit. This video will be going up on YouTube, so you'll be able to catch it there at least. And feel free to hit me up in the comments there as well. I'll try to reply to them whenever I can. So with that said, I will briefly talk about the two other games I did get to try out. I got to try out Soul Calibur 6 and Code Vein. Soul Calibur 6, obviously, never heard of it. Very, very famous fighting game franchise. Mostly, its main gimmick is that you get to use swords, also a 3D fighter as well, in the same vein that Tekken is, so you get to just move around in any direction you want to. It's going a lot back to its roots in Soul Calibur 2, but now it does have a meter as well. It was very, very fluid, very easy to pick up and play and just enjoy it. But of course, it does have all the depth if you should desire to do so. Learn all those advanced techniques. You got those supers. You have the RPS system that they now have, the Clash. And overall, I only played it once, so I got to play with my main Kilik. Felt really, really good to play. Feels a lot faster, a lot smoother. Like the ones that I was used to playing was Soul Calibur 4 and 5, but I did play 2 a pretty good amount as well. So definitely having all that freedom of movement that this game offers definitely felt really good instead of the more restricted nature of 4 and 5. So I really, really did appreciate that in the flow of the gameplay. The other one, Code Vein, it's an anime Dark Souls game. So if you are a fan of anime, but mostly if you're a fan of Dark Souls gameplay, I would recommend playing it, but I did hear one thing in particular that I can't confirm myself since I never played the first Dark Souls, is that the main dungeon is very similar to the Cathedral of Dark Souls 1, even down to the same map paths being the exact same. So if that's the case, it may not be worth picking you up, but I would say it's worth at least keeping track of. And it's if you are a fan of anime or just basically Dark Souls gameplay, definitely would recommend looking more into it. You also do get a buddy with that, so it's if you like playing it solo, may not be something you like as much, but if you do always want to play it with a partner, no one does have an AI partner. I don't know if you have multiplayer for that. I didn't ask. Assume there probably is, just because Dark Souls has that, and I did have quite a lot of fun with it. It's my first time playing a Souls style game. So I can't comment on how hard it is compared to those games, but I think the buddy does make it a lot easier because that buddy was throwing out magic spells, so it was almost one-shotting some enemies there, so it was kind of nuts. But with that said, let's get underway to our first main topic, is Kingdom Hearts. So if you guys have not watched the trailers yet, they had I think 3 different ones that appeared. They had one at Microsoft, they had one at Sony, and they had one at their own, which is probably the most there's ever been for one game at E3 to get that many different trailers. So, they all started off similar, but they all interjected new things. So new things about the story, new gameplay styles too. I don't want to talk about too much about this game, but there are some things I do want to confirm. So the nice thing is at E3 they did have a 20-minute demo available. You got to play through the Toy Story world, not entirely, and the Hercules world. So you got to step into both of those, and those are both really fun. So the Hercules world, it's literally just the boss of the Rock Titan. So you basically start at the summit of a mountain, and then you just climb yourself all the way up to the top where you fight him. You go into the transformations that you need to do, like the Big Thunder Mountain one, in order to defeat him. That was really, really fun. That was really cinematic. Really enjoyed that. And then the Toy Story world, it especially showed off everything you could expect from this game. So you got to fight several enemies, and then you also kind of had a mini boss, so a lot of large mechs. If you've seen the trailers for the Toy Story world, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That was a lot of fun to do. Basically, from what I could gather, all the time that they spent delaying the game seems to be paying off gameplay-wise and mechanically. Just specifically, it feels like the best of every single combat system you want from Kingdom Hearts. So it has some of the stuff from 3D. I noticed that you could dash into the walls, and it seemed like he had a little bit of flow motion, not to the same absurdity that flow motion had, but I noticed it was there. But the main thing is it's a hybrid between the Kingdom Hearts 2 battle system and the Birth by Sleep one. So, like in Birth by Sleep, if you remember, if you use a magic spell, then when you get towards the end of your combo, then you'll be able to go into a limit version of that. So it's like, you have the Fire Dance one, the Electricity one, and then some are just based off that character himself. So in this case, the character ones that are related to Sora would give you limit attack. So it's like, it changed up your regular attack somewhat, but it also gave you access to things like Sonic Blade, Stun Impact, Blitz, moves like that nature. So if you missed those in Kingdom Hearts 1, they are making a return here in full form, which is absolutely wonderful. Shot Lock commands also making a return from Birth by Sleep as well, so you'll be able to do devastating group attacks through Summer Battle. You hold R1, and then you just move your target around, and then it just does multiple targets, and then you press X, and it'll do whatever attack it is. And then also a new thing are specific Keyblade special attacks. I think they show it off in this trailer, I'm not sure. And the other thing I have to mention is the game does look as gorgeous as you see here. Like, when you're playing these different worlds, it literally feels like you're playing the actual movie themselves, and that's absolutely amazing. You feel like you're playing Frozen, but in this case, you felt like you were playing Toy Story. Like, the characters look like exactly from the movie. Like, it's amazing. Like, that they're basically able to get those models to do it off. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So he most likely here, he's either using a Frozen Keyblade, or he just used an Ice Attack that got him to this, so it'll basically give him a different weapon. So in this case, it looks like he's actually just using his fist plus magic. I guess Ice Skate too, so it reminds me a lot of, I forgot, I think it was like Mystic form. I didn't really use too many of the summons, but I do know that they were available in the Toy Story one. You did have access to at least one of the rides there. It was like the teacups for a regular attack. But yeah, and also like when you play the Tangled world, you kind of feel like you're just a Tangled. Okay, so here to talk about a little bit about the special move. So one of the really, really cool things that they did with the new game is that you can switch your Keyblade by a press of the D-pad. So I believe it was left and right. I think, or maybe it was just right. So when you pressed right, it would switch what Keyblade you're doing. So like, let's say you had the Monsters Inc. one, then you switch to the Hercules one, and then to the Mulan one, something like that. And then when you did that, you'd get access to the special power of that specific Keyblade. So with the Monsters Inc. one, you get the yo-yos. Or if you go do the... I forget which one you exactly get, the Toy Story one. I think it's a hammer, if I remember correctly. So even that will affect, that'll boost either your magic, your attack power, or the special attack that you get as well. And then over here, you can kind of see what one they have lined up. I don't know exactly what the conditions are to get the rides, but I noticed I was able to get those pretty consistently, and then Scream Strike. So you could even like line up several magic ones, ride abilities, or just like Keyblade transformations, and you can select which ones you want to do. And it just works exactly the way that it Birth by Sleep. And I thought that was really, really cool. And of course, you can have up to 5 members in your party as well, which is a really welcome addition. It kind of like, this is the best way to show off how chaotic this game is going to be once you're like fully in the depths of battle, and it's a lot of fun. Like, this is probably going to be the most satisfying Kingdom Hearts game to play, and that makes me extremely happy in that case. So, if you're a huge if you are a big fan of Kingdom Hearts 2 or Birth by Sleep, this will definitely be a game to be looking forward to. Like, this was so satisfying to play. So definitely when it comes out, I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed with this game. The only way that people are going to be disappointed, this was the level that you got to play, these with all the giant mechs here. The only way people are going to be disappointed with it if the story just ends in the most unsatisfying note out there, which I don't think it will, but I do expect some characters to die. At least that's my thoughts going into it. Pull some Final Fantasy thing. Let's see, do they show more of the Toy Story world? I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to give away like too many spoilers about when you're playing it, but they didn't really, what you play, they didn't really show off more than what they showed off in the trailers and the demo that I got to play, so I can't really spoil too much for you. All I can really say is that it was fun. And of course, they had the Xehanort drop at the end, which I found utterly hilarious. Alright, so let's get into Smash Brothers finally. I think I'm just gonna do trailers. I'm gonna just do one of the compilations that you've seen. No, that's the entire direct. Okay, all 65 trailers. Okay, so this one should be perfectly fine to do. Let me get some background music too.